fucking universe.
That's what Andrea says every time. She's not a believer. I would say
she's so dry. It's hilarious.
She's so great, though. Here's the other thing I do have to say. I know not to like drone on about the podcast, but
yeah. No,
I know these women outside of recording, right? And so they're pretty authentic on the podcast. But there are certain things like I'll get, again, comments from people like, she seems like this and she seems like that. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't, she's not, or she's less than that, or, not less than that.
Totally less than that.
No, she's more than that. But so it's interesting now that there's engagement, like you get people who have these ideas of what they look like, ideas of,
That's
like
so crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, but it's fun. So as long as this is what I tell them, because I have 2 years in my back pocket doing this, right? So I'm super comfortable. And even when they were saying they wanted to do it, I was like, are you sure? Like,
you're putting a lot out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're getting more and more comfortable and it's coming like second nature and they love doing it. And I told them, I said, I will do this for you guys. The production part of it. Sorry, not that I'm doing anything for them, but I'll do it as long as we're all having fun. And the minute
that's
it starts,
best part. If you're waking up,
like,
texting each other, going, "Oh, we're gonna shoot this shit today." It's so good.
There are some days where somebody will start telling something on the text thread,
like,
and I'm like, "Wait a minute, stop! Wait, save that for the podcast."
That's awesome.
So
no, it is. It's
fun.
The best when it talk about the flow, right?
Yeah.
When you really get in front of the microphone and you're talking to people that you enjoy their company. And you hit the flow. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly 2 hours goes by for us.
Yeah.
So, thank goodness long form podcasts right now are a thing because people just like turn them on when they're in the, well, nobody's driving anywhere, but or walking or whatever. And
don't you love it when you get the criticism sometimes of, oh, it's too
so
long.
It's like,
when after I got to the hour and a half mark, it was like, and it's like, if you're listening that far in, it's not too long.
It's not too long. That's a good point. But also people like, for me, this is how I consume podcasts is I have it on every time I put my headphones on, whether it's me walking to work or taking a walk, or whatever, it just keeps coming back on. So it's like, it's no different than binge watching Netflix, right?
It's like having the radio on to me.
You just hit play. Next
and I got to be
time
honest, when I'm listening to a podcast, I'm more productive.
I'm not.
I'm like doing laundry
I get
or
into
cooking.
it. I'm like, I want to hear unless I'm walking. Like if I go on a 5-mile walk or something, I'll listen to it, front to back. But
what are you listening to? What else? Anything?
Yeah, let's check it out. I actually just went through my feed and sadly unsubscribed to a lot of them that had been downloading and I wasn't listening to them.
Yes.
So,
oh my God. Especially if you have an iPhone, it will take up all your space with podcasts.
I know. All right. Mark Groves. I'm really getting into Mark Groves lately, which I'm not.
Tell me about it. I haven't heard of him.
Mark Groves is great. I'm just learning about him, but I would say he's kind of in the relationship category, but he's pretty big time. So he's got some pretty big time guests.
But he's in the relationship space.
Yeah. I have The Doctor's Pharmacy with Mark Hyman. This is because Nina is a wellness freak, right? And she was talking to me about she was talking to me about ice baths and the Wim Hof thing, and this Doctor's Pharmacy guy, Mark Hyman, he talks a lot about that.
Oh, let's do this because you don't do it on your show, and I've been working on chapterizing my episodes. Dates and Mates.
Damona Hoffman.
Are they Australian?
No, she's American.
Okay.
Ooh, here's one. True Sex and Wild Love.
What the hell? And Duolingo.
I
was listening to your podcast, and Nina was talking about wanting a llama herder,
Peruvian llama herder,
and you're
I was like, hell yeah, me too.
she wanted a ride from, and so did you. And I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, 2 different types of rides. They've been fun because, me, I'm going through all my relationship, like growth and struggles and stuff. And they're all, experts in that area.
So let's go through them. Let's go through Andrea, right?
Okay. Andrea she's married almost 20 years.
20 years almost.
4 kids.
I heard she forgot that she had been married.
Remarkably, we didn't know each other when we grew up, but we grew up miles away from each other in the same town, which is hysterical because we just met 2 years ago.
What, in Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Like we literally went to rival high schools.
That's like,
and her husband is Swedish, and he makes an appearance, not literally on the podcast, but like we talk about Robert a lot. He's the Viking.
Poor chef.
Yes, he's fantastic, and he's probably our biggest fan also. And yeah, so she and her husband have a restaurant here in Petaluma called Stockholm.
She's so smart.
I know she is. You guys just interviewed together, right? Just recently.
She was on this, yeah.
And then Nina Darnum. So she is a yoga teacher. She's a wellness expert, I would say. She's Danish.
Right. She's got a lot of problems with her confidence and self-image.
Yes, that is not one of the things that Nina has. Nina is
very insecure.
She's very confident. She's very beautiful. What's really great is like if you look at her social media feed, and I think a lot of people would look at her and feel like, oh, I can't attain that. But her personality is so down to earth and just go with the flow.
Oh no, she's amazing and non-judgmental.
This is what I love about her in the wellness space. Sometimes it's hard to find people that you can relate to because they're always like very zen and perfect and don't swear. And Nina's like, fuck that. Like, oh, I know. She's her own person.
Well, on Instagram, she was doing some crazy pose and I'm like, oh, that's how I drink a milkshake. And she goes, I do it with wine.
She's good. She's got 2 children. And then Kelly's lovely. She is married also with 3 children. She's got one son that is the age of my youngest son.
Oh, nice.
She's a photographer. She's sweet. And she'll be the one that you hear from the least on the podcast because she's the one with manners. So I keep trying to tell her, I'm like, you're going to have to lose your manners and jump in and start talking because we talk over the top of her all the time.
Or wave her arms.
Yeah. And because she's so sweet and she'll wait for everybody to stop. And which in real life is actually the way that you want to have somebody, right?
No, she's probably the
But then when she opens her mouth, she'll drop a bomb and we're just dying. And she is also in the wellness space. She is a Pilates teacher and she studies nutrition and coaches nutrition as well. And
now, are they all in town?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yep, they're all here in Petaluma. And what else do you want to know? I'm the only one who can't get her shit together, pretty much.
Welcome to the party.
Fact,
it's called being a human being.
We were talking about when we were doing intros, like
and then
profiles.
There's you, Danielle Stroble, runs Keller Street CoWork, helped pretty much designed and built this thing from nothing.
From nothing. It's true. I'm a community builder. I'm definitely the person who loves to get it, which is, I think, why I'm
You're the pivot.
Suffering.
You're
the pivot queen.
Well, you're the hub. You're the connection.
Yeah, I'm a connector for sure.
Yeah.
And I think, and actually we all kind of do that in this room. Like I do feel like they're all a little bit like that, but it really is the loveliest group of humans that I couldn't wish for more
what else
to spend my Sunday mornings with. Tell me.
No, your treadmill.
Oh my God.
So
changed my life.
Yeah. I want to fill in a little bit. And I haven't heard you talk about it on your show, which I was hoping to hear because it's a thing, but basically it's like the Peleton of Treadmills, right?
Yes. It's freaking amazing.
It costs as much as like an Audi.
Pretty much.
It's like an Audi treadmill.
It was, yeah. So it is, it's like the treadmill version of Peloton. It has an iFit membership that goes with it. It has a big screen
the screen's
on it.
Freaking
it's
huge.
From Nordic Track. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I ended up buying the commercial version, which is a little bit.
Robert's going to like that.
Oh yeah. The Viking.
The Vikings. Viking track.
Literally every other time I get on it, I'm like, some days I'm walking in Peru and I'm climbing the mountain. And some days, the other day I ran from
llama herder.
Yes. The other day I ran from the Vatican to the Colosseum in Italy, in Rome. One day I did a hike in Arizona, like right in my backyard where I used to live.
So how good is the resolution and is the pacing? So here's the questions I have, because it costs as much as like a private island. Mm-hmm. And it's almost the size of
It's about the size of one too.
But the screen on it's amazing. But does it go at the speed of the treadmill, or like if it's going faster, are you walking faster on the screen? Or
yes. So what is it
all synced up and timed?
Imagine this. Yes. They create the video. So this is not green screen technology. These trainers are actually in the location that they're showing. So they'll be like, I just did one with this woman who's a trainer and we were in Portugal. So running along the coast in Portugal, and imagine she does the workout. And then they program the machine to speed up or incline or decline based on her workout.
Incline and decline?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Explain that.
So if I'm running, like this is the workout with this woman.
Right.
It just happened to be, there were ups and downs. So
you were in Italy, right?
No, this was Portugal.
Okay.
It was amazing. I want to live there so much.
Shout out to Portugal.
Yeah. So you do the warm up and she's walking, right? And so the treadmill, the belt is going just as fast as she's walking. So they've programmed it. So you're walking at like whatever, 2 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour.
Well, it's kilometers. You're in Portugal.
Right? So then she speeds up and this got me. She's like, we're just going to, it was an interval run. And she's like, this part, we're just going to do this like little quote, jingle, jingle, run, really easy. So 3, 2, 1. And they pick up the speed. So she starts running.
She starts running.
Doing her little jingle, jingle, right? The treadmill starts going, well, she's going 5.5 fucking miles an hour on her little jingle, jingle run. And so I'm running. And then of course she's running along the coast. So anytime she goes uphill, the machine starts going on an incline. Anytime she goes downhill, it goes down while you're running, right?
That's
and
amazing.
Then she's like,
wait a minute.
We're going to speed up a little
treadmill, bit. So the treadmill, so the angle on the treadmill changes to the angle
that the trainer is running
in real life.
So for example, I did a mountain walk basically in the fucking Peru.
Machu Picchu, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
My treadmill went up to a 30-degree incline.
Son of a.
Yeah. And you don't have, you do have control because obviously if there's an emergency, but
get the fuck off
he's
that
a
thing.
fast walker. So I'm at 30% and he's like hoofing it up the mountain. So I'm dying. I literally,
oh my God,
my legs started to give out on me and I had to quit. That was the one workout. I was like, I don't think I can make it. And I stopped and I was only like a quarter of a mile from the end of the mountain. It is amazing. Even better is
and this is Nordic Track with the subscription is iFit.
And I think you can use that iFit membership. You don't have to have the treadmill, right? But then you just do the different workouts. So it's like Peloton. But here was the most impressive thing. All of the trainers who are very fit and very, they're kind of world-renowned athletes. Also, they give you a history and the story of where you are.
Come on.
So the guy who took
history lesson too.
So they
it's like
know.
A tour?
I don't know if they have like something in their ear and there's somebody like reading off.
So it's like a tour.
It's a tour. It's not just a workout.
It's tour size.
It's freaking amazing.
Well, it better be.
It is. Yeah, I know. I paid enough for it. I won't be going on vacation for 3 years.
But you don't have to.
I can't anyway. So
you can walk around Italy.
Exactly. I get all my vacation
Portugal.
on the screen in my living room, and I put it in a place in my house that I literally trip over it every time I walk through the room. So it's not like out of sight, out of mind, and going to collect dust.
What about the kids? Your daughter?
My son runs on it.
Okay.
That's his PE for homeschool. He gets.
That's great.
They have these. Actually, there's a whole series of haunted walks in New Orleans.
Come on.
They're walks through like old hotels, and there's this guide giving you a tour with the ghost sounds and everything. So he does that. He'll get on it and
That's amazing.
It's only walking like 2 miles an hour and there's no incline. So he just does it and he walks through the haunted houses.
That's awesome.
The teachers are like, is he doing PE every day? I'm like, yep.
Do they have the teenage girl like, go here and it sucks? This place sucks. And this place is boring.
That's my daughter.
It's like a mall.
She went on it for
that
like
store sucks.
2 minutes and she's like, my knees hurt. Whatever.
Just the teenage.
Probably the best investment I've made in a long time.
Well, yeah. Especially you picked the right year.
I know. Well, that's why I did it. I realized we were going to, winter's coming. It's going to start getting cold and dark and I couldn't go for a run outside. And it was inevitable that COVID would shelter us in place one more time at least.
Right.
So
the only time I run is when I'm late for something. It's like you can't run ever. Oh, thank you.
No, actually, it was funny. You're never late.
I was a little late today. Yeah.
Like 4 minutes.
Well, it rained. Nobody can drive.
Traffic. California drivers can't drive in the rain very well.
I was like, oh my God, what hit my windshield?
Well, we haven't had rain like in a year, it seems.
Yeah, no, bring it. I'm all for the rain.
I'm not.
What do you mean you're not?
I know we need it, but it's COVID, man. Give me something good. Give me some good weather. And I'm saying that literally it was 80 degrees 2 days ago.
I was going to say 2 days ago, we had like 76 and 80.
Yeah. It was, I got my Christmas tree and it was 80 degrees out.
Oh, you got a Christmas tree?
Yeah, I went to the lot. It's a real one.
The lot.
Hey.
They're all real, by the way. I want to stick up
live.
for my tree simulation. It's not live because it's dying. You have a dying tree.
But it still has life in it. The needles are green.
You get to see the light go out in the tree's eyes as it fades away.